Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently strongly thinking about attacking Japan. We do still have a bit of an admin deficit though. I was going to say differential. That's not really the term we're looking for here. I would very much like to get the institution to spawn. That would be nice. We'll see when that ends up happening. We can definitely continue to convert here, and we can core Swazi. Perfect. So we need 77 admin power for our next cores. And we can build province improvements as well. What can we build? Simply a university in Butua. That is literally the only thing that we can build. Okay. Fantastic. So that's fine. Looking at this situation down here, what is going on with these guys? Medium Mississippi is fighting them. They should have that very under control. We'll see what ends up happening with it. For the time being, I don't think we're going to participate in that one. We are banking up some more manpower. I would like to attack Japan, but we do need admin to make that happen. We don't have anyone here. Let's move them up. Yeah, we're probably going to take attrition here, but it actually doesn't matter. So we're just going to continue there. Fantastic. We'll continue to convert. All is looking good. More revolutionary ideas coming in. It's very rude. And we definitely do want to attack Japan. I think that Japan is the target here. A fire temple? Sure, why not? So if we gained a fire temple there, does that mean we can upgrade it to a cathedral? We can build a university in Sofala, and apparently that's it. Boy, that takes a long time to open. Okay. Let's go ahead and include subjects. We may as well. Like, why not, right? So let's look, including subjects, if we build manufactories, this will probably get us Liberty Desire reduction for our subjects, I think. So that should be good. We could build, potentially, cathedrals. We're going to build cathedrals basically everywhere. Yeah, these aren't the greatest of upgrades. We'll get all those built in our subjects. There we go. Let's check in on counting houses. Cool. All the counting houses. There we go. Universities. There's probably going to be a lot of these, is my guess. Let's go ahead and tick forward while we're working our way through the universities here, because I do want to be making admin power at this time. We lost our general there. That's fine. Treasure fleets, whatever. I don't care about that. I guess it'll pay for a couple of universities. Center of Revolution. Very rude. We're just continuing to spam our way through here for the time being. And we can definitely do some coring. So we'll get that done, and we finished a conversion. So we will continue to work on that. And let's get more universities. Cool. In fact, let's get zoomed out here so we can see what's going on with that. That's a lot in Armenia and Brazil. Cool. Yeah, this will be fine for now. Just building roughly 1 trillion universities. And that'll be fine. There will be a lot more of these, I think. More revolutionary ideas being spread, which is, again, very rude. And we'll have enough admin to core all of this very soon. Urtesh has been converted. That's fine. Can you annex colonial nations out of curiosity? I don't think so. That'd be wild if you could. But if we could, we would. That's for sure. We've got so much dip power, like, why not? But no, I don't think we can do that. So we're going to continue working on our universities here for the moment. We're going to bank up admin power until such a time as we have, I don't know, maybe around 500? Something like that. We'd like to kick the Japanese out of North America. Absolutely. And then take their Siberian holdings as the next priority after that. I don't think they're going to be a particularly big problem, to be honest. And we're going to need to spend a little bit more on our admin power. So that's fine. How many more of these are there? A lot. Okay. There's a lot of universities that we can queue up here. There's a conversion finishing, and we'll take this opportunity to continue to make a core here. So we know that we need, like, what, 290 some? 293? Hang on. What's 77 times 3? My mental math is not doing well on that one. 231. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, hang on a moment. 293 is not sounding right. Yeah, that makes more sense. Fantastic. So we're going to build more universities. There's absolutely no reason not to build universities, in my opinion, as long as you have the cash, and we have lots of cash. No doubt about that. So we might as well tick through here, and we can see our universities finishing up in Armenia and Brazil. Fantastic. So many universities being built. They're now finishing up in Armenia and Canada. Separatism in Zoza? Sure, that's okay. And we can continue to convert here. Oh, 1 month tick away. Let's go ahead and grab that. There we go. So we now need 154 admin power to get the rest finished up there. We'll hop into the production interface once more. It's very laggy, but there we go. These are town halls. I don't care about town halls. I wanted universities. Cool. So we can see our universities beginning to finish up in Armenia and Canada. Cool. Armenia and Louisiana is going to be fully queued up right now. There we go. And we're now working on Cuba. So we've just about got these all done. We'll need to get Cuba done and then Colombia done. The constructions are finishing up in Armenia and Canada. And there's Cuba done. And now we're queuing them up in Colombia. Let's see. Autonomy? I don't want to lose 100 admin power here. We'll take the autonomy and it'll drop on its own. That's not a big deal. We'll continue to convert. And now we will build additional universities. Cool. So, I mean, we did spend quite a lot of ducats on this, no doubt about that, but it's not relevant. It's completely fine. There we go. Does that help our liberty desire? Not really. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. Sounds good. So at this point, we can grab Military Tech 28. That will get us infantry shock, improved flanking range, and better cavalry. We're not really utilizing the flanking range, but that's fine. We will grab ourselves... Let's see, which of these are more aggressive? This is better shock, while this is better morale. I think that we have plenty of morale. I think we need more shock. So we're going to grab the Eastern Cuirassiers, and we're going to continue to convert. Cool. We can core one more location here, and all we need now is Upper Limpopo. And we'll have enough for that fairly soon. We're only making 12 admin power per month right now, which isn't really what I'd like. 5 devotion or 10 prestige, it doesn't matter. Both of those are maxed, so it's fine. Okay. Can we replace this guy? Yes, with a national tax modifier guy. Not that we need the national tax modifier, mind you, but that will get us an additional 2 admin power per month. So that will be great. Not this month, but next month, we're going to be able to get Upper Limpopo cored. So that's perfect. Now, all of this over here will be going to our colonial nations. So we don't need admin for that. And Siberia should be pretty cheap, admin-wise. Who is Japan allied to? Luwu, Malacca, and Ming. Ming would not agree with that. But only just. Interesting. Hello, pause menu. If we were to attack Japan, would Ming join? Yes, right now they would. Now we could beat Ming, but this would be a big war. This would be a huge war, in fact. Hypothetically, if we were to attack Japanese Cascadia, would that bring in Ming? It would. We automatically co-belligerent Japan. Good to know. Okay. So in that case, Japan is a great power as well. Allied with Brunei. And this is Korean. This is a lot easier of a war for us. Korea barely exists anymore over here. We definitely want to start breaking into Asia. There's no doubt about that. How long is our truce on Congo? Okay, we don't need much to finish off Congo. I would like to get North America under our control. Ayutthaya might not be a bad call here. Okay, so that would be these guys here. These guys here. And where are these? Okay, these. Sounds good. We're going to dock up our fleet here. Apparently I forgot to do that. So we may as well. There's a conversion being done. That would get us quite a lot of territory over here. It would certainly make Ming super angry at us for aggressive expansion. But we're so much stronger at this point that I don't think that matters. Is there a way that we can fight Ming and Japan separately? Yes. Yes, there is. By attacking Malacca. Now, this is an interesting choice. Okay. We're going to need to get into position for it if we're going to do that. So, first things first, we need an army here. We need an army here. We need this army to make their way out over to here. For now, that'll be fine. These guys being here is, I think, not necessarily okay. Well, maybe it is okay. We would need armies up over this way to fight Japanese Cascadia. What other armies do we have in this region? We could raise more. And I'm going to do so. I'm going to raise additional armies up here. I'm going to raise how many? Probably 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're going to get into position for this. We're going to get these guys grouped up here. And then we're going to move them up to there. We're in position to attack Japan this way. But Luwu, Malacca, and Ming. Would Luwu be a better option for us? Japan and Massacre. We'd be able to take over this whole area here. and fight Japan to boot. That would be a better option for us. And then as part of the peace deal with Japan, we can force them to break their alliance with Ming. And then maybe fight Ming independently. Would be the idea. Okay. So that's absolutely great. We converted the heretics of Belgrade. Sure. So we're going to continue to progress here with our conversions. Are we in position out here? Yes, we are. So we're going to get these guys grouped together. May as well turn off forced march. And we're going to transport them over here. Cool. Then we're going to definitely need to get our transport fleet down into the Indian Ocean over here. We need it over this way. So we're going to head on over. That'll be fine. And our recruitments are ongoing here. So we'll get that all good to go. We lost the trade protection CB against Japan. Sure, whatever. Now, I would like to attack Brunei at some point. And that's something we could do. Cool. We can continue to convert. And we're just waiting at this point on our transport fleet arriving over here. What is our naval force limit? Way more than this. I'm going to take this, for the time being, up to 100 heavy ships. Actually, like 150 heavy ships. And then 300 light ships. Okay, 305 works. And then 600 frigates. Which is a lot of frigates. No doubt about that. It's going to take some time to build. We don't care. We'll let that happen. Okay, so we've arrived over here. We need to let these ships repair. We're going to swap these two armies around. There we go. Cool. So that's all fine. We're going to attack Japanese East Siberia. How are we going over here? Okay, this army is good to go. We will move it up to be here. This army is good to go. We'll move that up to here. And this army is not quite there yet. We're waiting on this cannon. But that's okay. I'm going to send... What are you guys doing here? Let's have one of these guys, actually two of them down over here. Cool. This army is then going to be kind of a reserve army over here. Okay, so they group up, and we'll move in, like, over here. Cool. So, we're almost certainly going to attack Japan here. Right? I think that's pretty clear that that's going to happen. We can store 1498 dip power, so that seems reasonably okay. We need a lot more than that, though, to grab our next tech. The institution still hasn't spawned, because it's not the year 1560 yet, but that's about to happen. So it should spawn in 1760. On the next month tick, in theory. But it's not connected to our capital, it says. It should spawn somewhere here, I think. No. So why is it not connected? Development of at least 30. Manufactories is present. We need a furnace with development of at least 30. So let's take a look here at our... Let's see here. Economic. We need trade goods. We need coal somewhere up over here. Aachen could potentially be a thing. I want the trade nodes, though. Okay. So anything in... Actually, it would have to be down over here. No, it wouldn't. It just needs development of 30 in a location connected to our capital that produces coal. So we can see all of our coal producers here. Connected to our capital would be like here. Do we have a furnace here? We do not. We could replace our town hall with a furnace. There we go. That's underway. That's going to take 5 years to build. But we can bring this up in terms of millpow. We need to get the development to 30. Which is not necessarily great, but there we go. That'll do. So now it should spawn over here, I believe. Once that furnace finishes. So we'll let that go. And we do need to attack Japan. The question is, are we ready? The answer is yes. So the way that we're going to attack Japan is by attacking Luwu here. So we're going to attack them, calling in Sunda, Japan, and Makassar. So Makassar is here. Where is Sunda? That's these guys. Should be fine. Japan is the real threat here. And is who we're looking to take a lot of territory from. Okay. So I think this will be good. I think we can pull this one off. Well, we definitely can pull this one off. I just have to execute it correctly. The real question that I have right now, Japanese Miltech is 28. So they are on par with us in Miltech. And they have 393,000 troops. That's going to be spread over quite a number of fronts, though. We're going to be fighting them in Siberia. We're going to be fighting them in North America. We're looking to take literally everything from them in North America, followed by as much of the continent, like the continental Asian territory over here, as we can. As far as this down here goes, we'll just look to full annex all of these, I think. So we're absolutely going to need admin power for that. We do have a rebel uprising brewing. We have some provincial unrest. That's to be expected. It's not too bad. We did lose the stability at some point, but I think that we should go ahead and declare this now. Not on Japan. That would bring Ming in. We don't want to fight Ming with Japan. That's definitely not something that we want. But we can declare this war here, and this should be just fine. No real problem here. So, we declare that, and we're ready to go. Let's send out our fleet here. Now, there's going to be a lot more fleet coming in over here over time. But for the time being, we're going to come over here and set up some military control here. This is Japanese over here, apparently. Yeah, that's Japanese over here. For the time being, we're not necessarily too concerned about that. I'm going to take this force of 40k, and we're going to land in their capital. Like so. Next up, we're going to launch an invasion of Japanese East Siberia. So we're going to go in basically like so. Every single one of these armies will go in. Some of these are not necessarily ideal, but it will be fine. We're going to need to discover some terra incognita up here, so that should be okay. Next, in the New World, we're going to go in. And I didn't realize that was a fort, but sure. We're going to attack here and here. Beautiful. Can we pass through Imarina? No. Okay. So in we go into Japanese Cascadia. And that should, in theory, be reasonably fine. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to, for the first time, fight Japan. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.